Alright, welcome to an MD2L Season 8 League match of Pretty Good versus Call Away Ambulance. We got some quick bans coming out from both sides. Pretty Good banning out the Riki and the Alchemist. We've got Wambulance getting rid of the Puck. All of those very strong heroes this patch. Well, maybe not the Riki. Riki's more of a niche pick, but if you make it work, it can be an absolute nightmare. It does ruin the support's game in that they have to buy way too many like invisibility revealing items, which puts them on the poor bench for the entire game. Pretty Good picking up the Witch Doctor. Wambulance getting rid of that Beastmaster, which is a good idea. There's a lot of Beastmasters we've seen picked. Generally, it doesn't matter if they win or lose the lane, they end up taking over the game and causing a lot of problems. Wambulance going for the OD on the first pick. It's still a really strong hero, not as strong as it used to be. It's got a few counters now and ways to deal with it, but it is an annoyance to deal with no matter which lane it is, and the ability, if you put it mid, to get like a 1300 damage combo, just going first item. Meteor Hammer is very strong, kills almost anybody in the game at that point in time, especially with these good mid players picking up a lot of CS in those first few waves. They get that Meteor Hammer very quick, able to pretty much just sustain in lane and beat out the other mid just by having way too much harass and damage. Pretty Good going for the Sand King, another very good pick. They're going for 2 stuns here, which I like to see. Control is the name of the game. Whoever has more control coming towards that late game is going to generally cause more problems. If you don't have a lot of control, your team can sometimes skip BKBs until later, but if you have stuns coming out left and right, then you force people into early BKBs, and that is an expensive item that will win you the game, but you don't want to get it at the wrong time. So we'll see what Wambulance decides to answer with. Going a little bit into the reserve time, thinking a little bit longer about this pick than they did the OD.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Going with the Death Prophet, so we've got a pretty open draft so far then, because OD can be 3, it can be mid, Death Prophet can be 4, 3, or mid. Typically you see it on the 4 or mid, but you can also flex it 3 if you really wanted to. It does a lot of things that 3s want to do. A 3 wants to create space, pressure towers, try and take that enemy safe lane tower, then rotate to your safe lane, take that off lane tower. Death Prophet able to do that from either the support or the off lane role.
Dire's turn to ban.
Alright, now we see a bunch of bans coming out here pretty quick, so Pretty Good getting rid of some carries, getting rid of the AM and the Juggernaut. AM not as strong as Juggernaut, but isn't really annoying to deal with because of his squirreliness when he gets like a pretty decent start. Juggernaut, just all around very strong carry right now. Wambulance getting rid of the mids and the Void Spirit and the Storm Spirit. Very mobile heroes. You don't want to have to deal with them. They can really get onto your backlines and cause some problems. And then getting rid of the PL, which means they're not trying to pick any PL counters naturally. So he is something that if you don't pick any natural counters, you do have to worry about him. He's not. I can pick him into a okay game and still win the game, but if you don't have any way to deal with him, he will eventually take over the game and win if you are not careful. Pretty Good banned out the Treant for their last ban. Wambulance picking up the Shadow Shaman. Like I've said before, this is probably top 5 Aghanim Shard hero. The extra range plus the wards on the Shackle cause a lot of problems to quite a few heroes in the current patch.
5 seconds.
Shackle being one of the longer CCs in the game, but downside being you have to sit and hold on to it. But if you got a decent range on the Shadow Shaman without a lot of ways of dealing with it, you're normally pretty safe to sit and get that full duration. But Mirana is a good way to deal with it. Pretty Good actually having quite a lot to deal with a Shadow Shaman. Getting hit by a random cask is an issue you got to be careful of, that you can't really have any control over, but with the mobility of the Sand King stun as well as the arrow being as long distance as it is, a Shadow Shaman holding still, trying to get that full duration shackle is not going to be... He's not going to be able to get that off during most of the team fights. If he does, then that's on pretty good for not going for him. But they do have to be careful if any of their control, their long distance control gets picked off. That Shadow Shaman could go crazy in a team fight, not having to worry about getting jumped on or getting arrowed. Ooh, going for the Disruptor. He has the strongest Aghanim Scepter in the game. It will silence your enemy heroes as well as mute them, which is only balanced by his ability to not get any farm.
10 seconds.
That hero does not farm even a little bit, so if he can get a lot of kills, then he can really take over pretty much anybody in the game. The other thing you have to be careful of, which you don't really have to worry about the Aghanim Scepter unless you're really doing bad. The thing you really got to worry about is that pullback. If he starts to glimpse people backwards, your positioning has to become on point, because if you start poking out and retreating, you can poke out, retreat, he's going to roll you right back, and everyone's going to jump on you, get a quick pick off before team fight starts. Terrorblade, pretty strong pick. Not a whole lot that he's got to deal with.
10 seconds remain.
He does have to worry about the OD's magic damage. It will go through his naturally high armor, starting with 13 armor. Not many heroes able to chip away at him early on with just a little bit of regen going his way. But the OD is going to be the main thing that's going to have to be dealing with his TP. TP has a lot of armor, but pretty much no HP. Very little strength at the start. He will probably be getting, based on the heroes, I would say S and Y. I don't see, well, he could get the Manta to get rid of the silence, but that's pretty much only the Death Prophet silence that he would want to Manta off. Everything else he's going to want just reduced duration on to be locked down less, so that maybe they can mess up their timing and he can get the BKB off instead of getting chain stunned. So we'll see, but he's going to need that HP either way if he's going to survive in this game. So we'll see who pretty good decides to band out. Gets rid of the Wraith King because Ambulance is still looking for their carry. But getting rid of the Wraith King, that is one of the strongest heroes left on the board. Pretty good having banned out quite a few of the good ones in pretty much all of their previous bans. So getting rid of that Wraith King just kind of secures the last few picks. Less comfort picks for a lot of people. There's not a lot of in-meta heroes that are going to be left after all of these bans. Wambulance knowing that they're looking for a mid on pretty good, so they get rid of the Ember Spirit. And you can see based on these bans who the teams are worrying about on each side. You can see pretty much all carries banned out by pretty good. Means they're worried about the one player from Wambulance, and Wambulance getting rid of a mid laner and off laner, and then pretty much all mid laners with the casual carry thrown in there. It means they're far more worried about these spirits getting picked up by pretty good's mid laner. They're worried about the mobility and the ability to drive the game from the mid position of pretty good, whereas pretty good's worried about the ability of Wambulance's carry to take over the game with a decent farm if he gets one of these stronger carries. Now Ambulance does lack a frontliner, which is why Wraith King would have been a very good pick for them. Ambulance getting rid of the DK now, another tempo hero. DK plus Terrorblade really gives you good timings that you want to play around and really dictates how your game wants to go. So just getting rid of him so that they don't have to worry about too much of a rundown scenario, reducing their ability to give their carry farm. Pretty good getting rid of the Zeus. It's an interesting ban. Maybe it's a target ban. I've not seen. based on these drafts, I don't see where Zeus would fit into the draft, but you know, I've seen weirder things, so. I mean, IO carry, Zeus carry, I don't know if it has quite the same effect that the IO would have, but I mean, it could be an OD carry is maybe what they were thinking. Ooh, Invoker for pretty good, so that's that could be Quaswex or that could be Export. I think both would be very good this game. Quaswex would help you run tempo with your Terrorblade, play around your meta timings a lot better. If you decide to go Exort, that means you're going to try and farm on the Terrorblade, but that means your Sand King, Witch Doctor, and Mirana are going to be running around pretty much getting anybody that's not with the Ambulance pack. And the Invoker is going to be able to drop a ton of extra damage with the Sunstrike. Not going to have to worry about trying to get that last hit. Just Witch Doctor Maledict with the Sunstrike is going to be more than enough to secure a kill on pretty much anybody on the side of Ambulance. Outside of OD, if he's able to Astral himself, he'd probably still die eventually, but he'd have some amount of save that he could protect himself from the amount of stuns that the ganking lineup is going to have from the side of pretty good. 20 seconds left for Ambulance, looking for a carry here. That is, of course, unless it's a OD carry. Could be. That would be interesting to see. They go for Bloodseeker, so most likely the carry. Yeah, I believe Aragorn's their carry, but I'm not 100% sure, having not seen Plupo play before. We'll have to see where everybody is. Ooh, and that is one shiny Terrorblade. I like to see the cosmetics. Both teams bringing out the cosmetics, and we've got the Shadow Shaman with the special head. That's the tongue. I like to see it. Shackles, extra cool with that tongue. Very expensive head right now. Well, not very expensive, but more than I want to pay for a Shadow Shaman cosmetic. Otherwise I would, because that headpiece is pretty awesome. Mirana's got a couple of the Immortals on. Sand King not rocking the Immortals, but has a pretty cool set on there. Witch Doctor's got the Golden Staff. Like to see that. A shiny Death Prophet. Bloodseeker just rocking the head, not rocking the blades. Disruptor, he's got both of his on. And one of my favorite mounts for Disruptor, simply because it is one of the ugliest mounts I've ever seen for that hero. It is just disgusting, and that is why I like to pick it. I find it pretty funny. Alright, so we'll call out the Radiant first. We've got Minoy on the Sand King. We've got Zom on the Invoker. We've got Apache on the Terrorblade. We've got TShear on the Mirana, and we've got Epi on the Witch Doctor. This side of the Dire, we've got Plupo, who is on the OD over here. Then we've got B2 Shilly 2 on the Death Prophet. We've got Plastered Elite on the Shadow Shaman. The Disruptor is PP Poo-Poo. And then we have Aragorn on the Bloodseeker. Looks like both teams posturing around the bottom runes here. Oh, Aragorn did step down the steps. I don't think there's enough vision here, because you can see right here where the two visions will intersect. Ooh, stun on the Disruptor to start it off, but we can see the rest of his team circling around, backing up on the side of the Radiant. Now they see Aragorn. They got to worry about the silence coming out. Ooh, he's going to get a couple of them with this slow. They're going to get the Witch Doctor with the Death Prophet slow. It's going to be OD mid based on these items. Looks like it's going to be Quaswex Invoker. Getting some good damage on the Witch Doctor, but that's not who you want to see the damage on. But TShear out by himself now. Not where he wants to be. Able to get that pickup on Plupo, who is playing the mid laner. So he's going to have that XP and gold advantage over this Invoker. But that's not going to be too much of an issue. Oh, Witch Doctor does go down. I did not see the Disruptor sticking around, picking up a kill with that Thunderstrike. Tagging that Witch Doctor for sticking around, being a little bit greedy. Range creep picked up by TShear. Knowing that his offlaner is not in lane yet, so he's going to make sure somebody's going to get that XP. Now Witch Doctor, or not Witch Doctor, Disruptor. It's got a good lead on the XP, but does not have as many resources for lane harass since he was picking up that kill with his Q, which is quite costly at 130 mana a pop. We can see Plupo going with the E and the Q. Pretty standard build, just going to get a lot of harass out on the Evoker. Now Plupo did get the first blood, but that's not really what you're worried about with an Invoker lane. Invoker can win a lane, but it's not typically what you're looking for. What you're typically looking for is just sustain, get your levels, get what you want out of the lane, and not worry about the other hero. Apache getting a lot of harass out onto the Dire side, both heroes, but now he's getting sucked down now that his Metamorphosis is down. That'll work. Look out for BS Chili too. Sorry, I guess I messed up his name earlier. He's got to be careful because he was getting low, but uses a salve. Still decent regen, not great on the Death Prophet, but he does have the Spirit Siphon, but only pulling 1% HP at level 1. Let's look at this off lane here. Going with that early point in the Blood Right, picking up the Thirst, since the Thirst now is what gets you the regen. It really just, your build is very simplified over what it used to be. You used to have to get some points in E, some points in Q, you still want to get some Blood Right for some extra burst damage. And now we see the double stun combo. Let's see if it's enough to take down Aragorn. No Q on the Mirana yet, so not quite enough. That might be enough. We'll see if the last pop will get him, and it does. Excellent play by the Disruptor, now picking up 2 of the kills on the side of the Dire. But Aragorn going down to the Q Caustic combo of Manoy. There's the pullback. This Disruptor, he's going for blood. Let's see if he can get it, but he's got to be careful. He's got Caustic on him. And Sand King does have the salve. He's got another Clarity coming out. Clarity is now far more valuable than Mangoes. Used to not be that way, but with the latest patch changes, from a couple patches ago actually, Clarities are the way to go. Now having that Death Prophet in the off lane with the Q, with a low cooldown, with decent damage, that's going to be causing a lot of problems for the Terrorblade. Like I said, very low HP, very high armor. You can see 13 plus 1 right now for the armor, but only 600 HP. 200 less than pretty much both of the Dire heroes here. Witch Doctor getting the pullback. See more slippers coming out. Terrorblade just going for early stat items. Looking to get those last hits and escalate with his Conjure Image later on. Gets the Reflection probably for the slow early on. Wanting to get some Maledict pickoffs if he can. Keep them close to the cask. Sand King going with the Sandstorm. Looking to just sit in lane with the Sandstorm. As long as he is higher on HP, he doesn't have to worry about it. But one of the effects of this Thirst means that if Mirana tries to defensively ult, she has to do it early. If anybody gets low, that's not going to help them. And we see the Invoker rotating bottom here. Picks up a kill on the Shadow Shaman. Goes for an early kill on the Death Prophet. Needs one more last hit, is able to get it. And that is the power of the Quaswex Invoker. He's not so much worried about this OD in lane. It's not going to win the game off his lane. He's going to win it off his rotations. We can see the Disruptor grabbing the top rune. an Epi down here on the Witch Doctor grabbing the bottom ring, but has to be careful.
Bottom tower.
He does go down to the right clicks plus the Ether Shock of the Shadow Shaman. Ether Shock doing 200 damage at level 2. You have to be careful of that nuke, it does quite a lot of damage. Witch Doctor only at 660 HP. And this Shadow Shaman doing 89 damage per hit. That is quite a lot to the Witch Doctor. See 2 Wraith Bands out on the Terrorblade. Again, just stats. Looking to tank up. Slow coming out. The Death Prophet looking to get a couple more last hits. Needs maybe 1 or 2. The Witch Doctor is there to save him. Ooh, canceled the salve with the Q. Well worth the tower hit. That is going to really hurt the Terrorblade's lane. Now we do see the with that rotation from the Invoker, he was top of the CS, but now we can see that the OD over here with his Meteor Hammer already 6 minutes in is now top of the CS. And we see the Bloodseeker doing pretty well with the CS, spamming out that W, getting the Magic Wand, knowing that they're going to be spamming out their spells in this lane. It's a pretty good early pickup, knowing what Mirana was looking to do. Ooh, OD, not enough mana to cast the Meteor Hammer combo. Doesn't need it, has enough for the Sanity's Eclipse after a couple of auto attacks, refilling his mana. Invoker getting some harass on, but the kill's already been had. It's time to back up. He's not going to be able to threaten this OD who still has the Meteor Hammer. And Bloodseeker just farming away. Looks like he's going for Treads Maelstrom S and Y. Looks like Mirana got sent back to base with the disruption. Just gotta, with the glimpse. Gotta be careful of that. That's just a little annoying thing that disruptors like to do, just to frustrate somebody. Cause them to miss out on some XP and last hits. And we see Shadow Shaman blocking the save camp, making sure they can't use that to pull. Witch Doctor dropping that sentry, checking to see if they blocked it with a ward, but it wasn't a ward, it was just the Shadow Shaman hanging out in lane. Level 6 on the Death Prophet now, not enough mana to use Exorcism though. This just now gets it enough. Is going to try and take this tower as fast as she can. We can see Ode rotating with the Meteor Hammer. Going to get a lot of damage out on this offlane tower. Going to take it down. That is exactly what you want to see from this offlane Death Prophet. Doing exactly what an offlaner wants to do. Take your opponent's safe lane, take your off lane, and what we're going to look to see from the Dire is see if they rotate to the top lane, because their next tower to take is going to be this tower right here. They're going to want to take this tower, and then they're going to rotate mid here, or they're going to take this tower.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I mean, they could sit in this off lane if they want to keep going, but they're in the advantage right now. They have the driver's seat. Mirana cannot leap out of the rupture, so Aragorn able to pick up that kill on the Bloodseekers. Got his power treads. Rupture very strong early, especially against someone that uses their mobility to their advantage. Terrorblade picking up that possessed mask, one of the best items for a carry. 7 stats plus 7% of your attack damage as lifesteal. That saves you from having to buy a Morbid Mask early. That is a very good item. The only item that is better is that Royal Jelly, which is the single best neutral item in the game. Dire not picking up many of their neutrals yet. Looks like they're just sitting in this offlane pressuring tier 2, so they think that this Bloodseeker is going to be fine top. They don't feel like they need to rotate him out, so they're going to look to take an early T2. If they take the early T2, they're going to take over this shrine here, and then they're going to try and take over the game. We can see Aragorn circling the jungle, probably telling them they need to get out. There's rotations coming in. We just see the TP to the mid lane though. Not too worried. Exorcism is up, so it looks like they're going to try to take this tier 2 mid earlier. They're not going to go for the safe play. They're going to get aggressive here with the wards. Has not popped the exorcism yet, but they do have it if they need it. Invoker cross-spike's very good at canceling the OD combo. They might have to pop the exorcism to take this tower. They are going to try to keep this catapult alive, but it is going to go down now as the side of the Radiant now rotates over, but the exorcism is now popped. They're looking to take this fight with this creep wave up now. That is the counter initiation from the Sand King, and OD dropping his combo onto the Witch Doctor, but he's going to pay with his life. TShear going down to the Rupture. OD able to get out by an Astral to himself. We can see Manoy getting a double kill here with that early Blink Dagger. He's getting walked down now by the Bloodseekers. Gotta be careful. Invoker is in the area, so the Bloodseeker also has to be careful. OD with that quick self-astral, it's very good, able to keep himself alive. Now he's got to be careful with another quick astral. With the vision from the Bloodseeker, they're able to spot Manoy out. Astral on the OD again, able to keep him alive, canceling that regen rune. Ooh, good dodge of the arrow. Oh, not close enough to get the double hit. It's unfortunate. TShear going for the kill, but now giving the Bloodseeker is going to have quite a bit of thirst with 4 points in it. Mirana gonna have to go back to base. Not enough life to continue this fight, especially when they know exactly where she is. Plupo just hanging out, low on life. Looks like he's going to the bot lane now. Quick Meteor Hammer, take out 3 range creeps. Ooh, Zom getting a kill in mid on the Shadow Shaman. So we can see pretty good, really hammering it back at Plupo Gaming here.
Radiant's top tower is in danger.
Aragorn just going top to farm. Just saying, you know what, I don't need to participate in all these kills. There's a lot of dead time. If there's a lot of dead time as a 1, you don't like it. So you just go back, you pick a lane, you just go farm. You can see Terrorblade, he's up here. Ooh, and now we see Royal Jelly picked up by the OD. It's the only neutral item that's going to have an effect for the entire duration of the game. Bloodseeker rocking the Chet vest. Terrorblade still using that possessed max. He's got his Yasha. Looks like he's going for the Manta style. Most likely to get rid of that silence. Make sure that he can get that Sunder off.
Vanish.
Bloodseeker now has his Maelstrom. OD self-astral again, using it protectively, but the Maledict will get it off. Tried to trap the Sand King in the woods, but he was able to get out. Apache is going to go down to this Bloodright. Ooh, that is a lot of damage from both heroes with the Bloodright and the Crypt Swarm. More than enough for the Bloodseeker to basically just use all that extra move speed, just run over and clean up 2 kills.
Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
OD going down, but the Bloodseeker just picking up all the kills that he wants. But that Maelstrom, he's got his farming item, he's ready to go. He's going to farm. If he can get those quick pickoffs, he can, but you can see that mid tower is now down on the side of the Radiant. If they get this offlane tower, then Radiant is going to be hard pressed to find farm for this Terrorblade. Terrorblade's he's gonna need a lot of items this game. Terrorblade can take over the game, but Not if he's backed into a corner. He can really soak up the farm, but it's going to cause the rest of his team problems if he consumes all of the farm. If they're only able to get a little bit of it because they are locked into their side of the map. We have a quick pause here, so let's check some items. Most of the way to the Yasha here. Disruptor here just has his Arcane boots. Looks like he's going for Aether Lens. Very good item. Gives you some mana regen, which you need. But more importantly, cast range. Plus, with that level 15 talent, an extra 125 cast range. Plus, I believe it's 250 on the Aether Lens. Yep, 250. Means you're going to get some really long range glimpses. You're going to be able to get the kinetic field and static storm combo off from a safe distance. Shadow Shaman, he's got mana boots as well. So it looks like the entire team, or the supports from the side of the Dire, looking for extra mana regen. Essence Flux, I don't think it's an R anymore. Excuse me, I believe Essence Flux is only for OD now. Got that Yules on the Death Prophet. Should be his curry ready here with the recipe, yep. Disruptor's got his Void Stone. Looks like that was an unplanned DC from the OD, but OD does pick up his Force Staff, is going for that Hurricane Pike, get some extra range on his right clicks. He does not have very good attack range for a range hero. Hurricane Pike gonna do quite a lot for him, and then straight into the BKB after that. Radiant posturing top, looking for this Bloodseeker. They might just find the Disruptor, but what they really want, they really need to get this Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker's got a lot of gold on him, 2, 1, and 7. A lot of kill participation, level 11. There's the Tornado, there's the EMP, there's the Blink Stun. The counterplay from the Disruptor with the Static Storm does not catch enough. They're not going to be able to save the carry, but with the rotations and a quick smoke, they're going to try to pick somebody off. They still want to fight this. Dire feels that they are stronger. Ooh, Sand King in the trees. Not spotted, but is in a very good position to get a good stun. OD combo cancelled. You can see both teams have wards on this high ground. Dire's ward is killed. TShear might pay with his life. Minoy not willing to join this fight, just sitting in the trees. Decides that the Dire is too strong and is not willing to dive into the fray.
Double kill.
Oh, I did not see. Bodhi picked up the kill on the Terrorblade, who was pressuring mid, got quite a bit of damage there, but the that Astral Meteor Hammer combo is too much for a Terrorblade to handle. Now they see Minoy, who has stepped out. Sandstorm keeping it invisible. Their sentry is off to the side here. He's just outside of the range. Invoker looking to get some damage on the Bloodseeker, trying to pick up the kill with Sunstrike, but with 1 point of Exort, that's not going to be enough to kill. They got to be careful. This OD has his combo up, now has the Hurricane Pike. He's ready to pick somebody off again. We can see Minoy using the trees up there to try and get pressure on that tower. Knowing that his own triangle is not safe, we can see a line drawn from the OD saying, you know, their jungle is ours now. We see a harass combo coming out from the Invoker, trying to burn off some mana with the Tornado combo. OD with the Astral. Not gonna follow up on the Mirana. Just get some harass out.
Dire should look to their top tower.
Taking her out of the game for a little bit. You see the Imp-Claw picked up by the Death Prophet. Looks like that's going to be on the Bloodseeker. He is the best carrier on their team for an Imp-Claw. Extra damage is going to go a long way to help him get more thirst. Now we can see the Dire. Now they're going to take this bot tier 2, which was harassed earlier by the Death Prophet, popping Exorcism and using the wards. So they really want to take this tier 2. They really want to access that shrine. They want to take over Radiant's jungle.
Dire's middle tower is no more. Radiant's bottom tower is in danger. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And the Dire combo is too much for the bottom tier 2. You gotta be careful with that Meteor Hammer, wards, and Exorcism. They're gonna be able to take pretty much any tower that they want on the map. Radiant posturing top.
Dire's top tower is
They need to take a tier 1 on this top side. They've got their entire team here. Just Terrorblade farming the jungle camps, not showing yet, but does have his illusions up here so they know he is in the area.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now that they've taken this top tower, they are going for a smoke and a Mirana ultimate. So they want to get a kill. They want to find somebody in their jungle. Ooh, they catch a Shadow Shaman, but they do know that there's 3 there. They have plenty of wards, so they see everything. Trying to get the disruptor, but the more than enough damage to take out that invoker. Manoy going here, killing the Shadow Shaman. Now we see this Terrorblade coming in, and he has popped his Exorcism now that all their ultimates were used for taking that tower. They do not want to take this fight on the side of the Dire, but we see TShear getting aggressive, and it might be a bit too much for him. Manoy might go down, does have the thirst on him, is spotted by the Bloodseeker. Now Bloodseeker's got to be careful. Ooh, he's able to run away. No Cold Snap on him. The Cold Snap was on the OD, who gets picked off by the Invoker. He switched targets, said, nope, I'm going to get this OD. Take him out of the game. That is Radiant knowing that they can take a fight against OD. The Mirana and the Sand King falling in that fight, mostly because they have more ability than the rest of their team. They got out in front, really to pursue the Dire, but unfortunately, when you're pursuing into 3 heroes, you're going to get turned on pretty quick, especially with the OD combo of the Meteor Hammer and the Astral Prism. Going to take you out pretty quick if you don't have backup and a way to cancel his channeling. Radiant taking back their shrine, trying to gain some control of their jungle back a little bit, push out this bot lane. Since there's no T2, they want to make sure that they don't have that lane pushing too close to their tier 3. They don't want to take some casual chip damage from creeps. Terrorblade has his Manta style, now working on BKB. Knows that he has plenty of damage to fight into the Dire side, but if he doesn't have a BKB, he's not going to have any way to get in and actually deal some damage. He's going to get the OD combo right on top of him if he's trying to get in there and do some damage. Sand King going for a pipe. Very good item this game. Lots of magic damage on the side of the Dire. So that's going to do a lot to help his team. He's pushing out the relatively unsafe lane here, taking that farm that nobody else wants, while the rest of his team is sitting grouped up. They got to be careful. OD is here. They got to be careful of this OD combo. He's looking to catch somebody on rotation, but Invoker steps under a ward for a second, but comes back down. They gotta be careful. They've got wards all over here. Arrow does miss. More vision popped down. They have the sentries. They have the observer wards. Vision game is in the Dire favor, so that means Radiant goes somewhere else on the map. But they gotta be careful. These Dire wards, they have not checked the ward spot here. Dire seeing everything that's going on. They see the full team rotation to the triangle on the top side and know exactly where they can play. It is past 20 minutes. Shadow Shaman has his Blink Dagger, probably looking to pick up the Aghanim Shard next. Odie a good bit of the way to the BKB now. Disruptor has his Aether Lens, now working on
Dire's top tower is under attack.
his Glimmer Cape, sorry. And we see this Bloodseeker just farming away. Finished off his full S and Y. Starting his way towards his BKB. He's got the first item. Just looking for 2 more pieces. Over halfway through to the next one. And he's going to be picking up his Ag Shard. His Ag Shard very strong. 2% of max HP. His pure damage is very good, especially on a carry. You want more damage? This is percentage-based scaling damage. Radiant controlling the Dire triangle, or Dire controlling the Radiant triangle, I'm sorry. Which means the Radiant goes bottom, says we don't want to deal with it, we're going to go to a different lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The prize is mine.
Radiant's top tower is no more. Dire's middle tower is under
You
attack.
just see both sides just kind of farming up, with Dire looking to tank the Roshan. They're in the driver's seat, so Radiant has been dodging their fights while they're strong. Exorcism popped for this, and they should have no problems taking him down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Has fallen to the Dire.
Now we'll have to see what the Dire is going to look to do with this Aegis. They've been mostly just getting aggressive with 4 heroes, while this Bloodseeker has been farming, with him popping in towards the end of the fights to clean up once he's got the thirst going. We can see, we saw the one fight where he was running in first. He got picked off very quickly with the Radiant prioritizing him as enemy number 1. Eul Scepter on the Murano. That's a good setup for the arrow. Also just good save if the Bloodseeker is going on her. Good cancel from the OD combo. Always want more ways to get rid of the OD combo. Looks like they might be just using this Aegis to farm for BKBs on the side of the Dire. Once they get those BKBs, I think they're going to be able to push high ground with or without Aegis. Terrorblade has picked up his BKB, looking for a Scotty next. So they do have to be careful. This Terrorblade has not been in too many fights yet. Ghostwalk used mostly for the movement speed. Odie Invis, they do have vision. There goes the hammer. Smoke popped and almost immediately cancelled for everybody except for the Disruptor. I believe the only ultimate used was the Odie and the Serpent Wards, so Odie's ultimate mostly just gets some kills, with Minoy buying instantly back, but with the Terrorblade Metamorphosis down, they need to catch somebody out on the Radiant before it goes down, because this is their time to fight. If they don't take a fight here, if they don't take an objective, they're going to have to wait for a Metamorphosis to come back up. But they do get the quick pick off on the OD, catching him with the Sand King and the Invoker. That makes that buyback on the Sand King worth it. When you buy back and you're not able to get a pick off or a return kill or save your high ground or anything, it does feel bad, but getting that OD does mean
Double damage.
he's going to feel pretty good about that buyback. Because it is slowing down the OD's BKB. And that's where you're going to see a really big power spike on the side of the Dyers once those BKBs come out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Now, Bloodseeker does have his BKB now. Doesn't want to fight without the OD. OD TPing mid. Looks like they're just going to let this casual pressure on the bot tier 2 happen, and they're going to look to take their own objective and not play around the summons that the Radiance is now pushing down their lanes. We can see the illusions here of the Terrorblade just walking down, causing problems that lane, changing the creep equilibrium. They're going to look to take mid. They have the Exorcism and the wards back up. Should be able to take this tower pretty quickly with both of those. Wards providing vision for the Exorcism. They only need to leave one hero out. Disruptor going down to the Invoker. Invoker not going to be able to escape with the Invis not doing enough there. Well, they did lose their tower mid. This Exorcism is still going. They gotta be careful. There's the BKB, and the quick Astral of the Sand King does stop his ultimate from being very effective. Death Prophet able to walk away. Exorcism going off now. They're just looking to back up. They got the mid tower. They got the Invoker. Forced the Invoker buyback. They're not upset with that fight at all. That is exactly what they wanted to happen. They only lost the Disruptor, and you don't want to trade your Invoker for the Disruptor. The Disruptor going down, it's not going to be that big of an issue. Position 5, generally speaking, if you trade your life for a high value core, you feel good. You feel even better if they're buying back. Means they're losing even more gold. Terrorblade looks to be saving his buyback gold. Does have quite a bit saved up now. The extra stats from the Scotty are going to feel very good this game. Smoke from the Radiant. They're looking to get aggressive. And they spot out the OD here. Quick BKB from the OD. He did finish it now. Is able to just walk away. Shadow Shaman going down to the combo of the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor going down to this BKB'd OD. TShear leaping around, causing problems. But we can see Zom going down to this Bloodseeker who is just right-clicking him away. Bloodseeker not wanting to fight this Terrorblade quite yet, waiting for his backup to get there. Terrorblade trying to run away. Metamorphosis does have quite a bit of time left, but he's got to wait for Manoy to get into a good spot. But Manoy is over here causing problems for this. Ooh. Death Prophet may go down. He could get the kill with the Sandstorm, but will lose his life for it. With that distraction, though, does let the TB walk his way back to safety. Metamorphosis down. Radiant is not going to look to fight right now. Death Prophet knows she has Exorcism up. They know that Metamorphosis is down. They know there's no buyback on the Invoker. He bought back in the last fight. They know Sand King is on buyback because he bought back in the fight before that. Which means when you have wards and you have Exorcism, you're going to take the Radiant base. Oh, Mirana taking out the creeps. Gonna do his best to make sure that the backdoor is not there for the side of the Dire, but it looks like it did get cancelled, and both of the mid racks go down. They drop wards on the bot lane here. Exorcism still got quite a bit of time left. Now that Fortify is down, we can see this tower is dropping very quickly, even through the backdoor protection. If they didn't have backdoor protection, this tower would already be done. We can see Exorcism finish now. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to finish off this tower, but they do have enough damage to get rid of it. No creeps nearby. They don't have any creeps. Their creeps are here, and their creeps are here, so you can see they can't continue this push. They're not going to be able to get the racks through backdoor with no Exorcism, no wards. only having that meteor hammer. It's not going to be enough. So now we see them going back. You can see the OD going top just to farm some creeps, which have pushed all the way to their tier 3. They didn't take any chip damage, but they're just equalizing their lanes, getting them back in their favor. Bloodseeker is going back to farm some jungle creeps, looking to finish off the Mjolnir with that Hyperstone. And the recipe does have it, but looks like he's saving for buyback. 1800 surplus there. You can see almost the Hyperstone buyback. Ag Scepter on the OD, also saving for buyback. Looks like Shiva's Guard for the Death Prophet, looking to get a little bit more tanky. Has plus 10 armor right now with this plate mail. It's going to be very difficult to take down between BKB, Yule's Scepter, plus the Spirit Siphon, keeping her alive. That is plus 6.3% max HP as damage right now. You get a couple of those off, it's going to be quite a bit of a heal. Bloodseeker finishing off his Mjolnir. Does buy out for it, so he's got to be careful. He does not have buyback. But they're probably looking at this Roche. Yep. Buys out knowing that they're going to wait for the next Roche. So he knows he's going to have 2 lives going into it without the buyback anyway. Most likely going to be able to farm up that buyback. Only 650 gold away. Terrorblade finishes the Eye of Scotty. Looks like he's going for Rapier. He's feeling the pressure now. Feels that he's got to do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. Using Metamorphosis and Rapier at the same time is going to be quite a bit of damage. 52 duration with a bonus 80 damage. It's be quite a bit if you add a plus 300, I believe. Yep, 300 with a True Strike on the Rapier. It's going to be quite a bit of damage coming out from this Terrorblade.
The prize is mine.
We got a 9-second BKB on the OD, 9 seconds on the Bloodseeker, 7 seconds on the Death Prophet. They do have to be careful. If they take a fight, that Rapier is going to be their primary source of damage. You can see the TP's coming in, going to protect this bot Rex. Witch Doctor going down to the Ward Shackle combo. Backdoor protection is up now. So they get the range Rex. They wanted that melee Rex, but they're not able to take it before the creeps get taken out. And the backdoor kicks in to protect their barracks. But Metamorphosis was used and they did not get a kill. That is unfortunate. They should probably look to smoke or get a pick off, but they might be feeling a little too much pressure. Like maybe it's not the safest. Which is probably exactly true. Boker has a casual Ochre Axe and then has a Lincoln Sphere queued up. Don't see anything on his courier, so it looks like he was probably thinking BKB and then decided that Lincolns might be more beneficial. Ooh, just missed the Roche. But Roche is up. Dire also posturing around the Roche, knowing that that's when they want to fight. They won't have wards, they won't have exorcism, but I don't know if they're too worried since they know the Metamorphosis is also down. Catching the Witch Doctor with the Rupture there. Bloodseeker coming in to finish him off. Ooh, turns himself into a ward, protects himself for a little bit, but he is going to go down. It's a cute little play by the Witch Doctor, but unfortunately they're not able to maximize it with not all of their heroes in the area. We can see that tongue coming out, holding Roche with the extra wards, doing some damage. Dire with a hero up is going to have more than enough damage and able to take this Roche quite quickly without the Radiant responding. Radiant going bottom, just trying to farm up before the next fight. Most likely trying to finish off some items to try and give them an edge in the next fight. Terrorblade has buyback and quite a bit of the way towards that Rapier. I think if you're going for the Rapier, I think you just have to buy out, because if they drop the Rapier and Bloodseeker picks it up, I think it's going to be game over at that point. So he might just be saving up just enough to buy out and get it, but he's not going to be able to get to any of the shops to pick it up yet, but still needs the gold for the Demon Edge. Is fairly close here. But his racks are going down. They do have wards back up, hitting this tier 3. No exorcism used yet, but it is off cooldown. Odie's Sanity's Eclipse is off cooldown. Terrorblade glimpse back, but not too far. Has the Sacred Relic. 1200 gold from that Demon Edge. Ooh, extra BKB item for the Bloodseeker if he wants to keep that Minotaur Horn. Is also going to give him extra HP. It doesn't look like he keeps it. Ooh, he takes the Penta-Edge Sword, and that is why. Looks like the OD takes the Minotaur Horn for extra BKB to keep him from getting cancelled probably during some of his channels, or just controlled so that he can save somebody with his Astral. It's a good bit of the way towards that Ag Scepter. About 1,000 gold off if he's saving for BKB. Ag Scepter, that's what the Ogre Axe is for. Ag Scepter on the Invoker, but does have his point booster killed on his Courier. Odie just channeling the Meteor Hammer, getting some chip damage. They are taking this one quite slow. You can see the quick shackles to get the wards up to do some extra damage, but they weren't targeting the tower, so they didn't get any chip damage. That's not healable. They see they are split now on the side of the Dire, with Death Prophet taking this bottom outpost that is going to prevent the XP from going to the side of the Radiant. Terrorblade not feeling safe enough to stay in that lane or go for that shrine. Let's see if they can get any of the wards. They find the OD off by himself. Forced to defensively BKB, should be able to get both of the runes here and then walk it out. The rest of his team is coming, but he's got to be careful because his BKB is now down. TShear getting ruptured, getting controlled. I don't think that's going to matter. He's still going to go down even with the disarm coming out on the Bloodseeker. Invoker getting comboed down by this OD who is using the Minotaur Horn to protect himself. Epi getting 3-shot by this Bloodseeker who does quite a bit of damage now. Has his Skullbasher with that Penta-Edge Sword, has quite a bit of damage. Divine Rapier now picked up on the Terrorblade, so he's going to look to get his Metamorphosis fight out. Here's the BKB meta fight. That's what they're looking for. Not able to stick on anybody though. The closest person that they're going to be able to stick on is going to be this cheesed up Death Prophet who just runs away. BKB now down on the... Oh no! That Sunder was not able to heal him up. Rapier is now down on the deck. And it looks like that is almost a team wipe. So I'm able to get away, but looks like it's called GG by TShear. They know that this game is well and over. 32k lead from the side of the Dire. Well played by both teams. It could have gone either way for quite a bit, but you could see the side of the Dire able to pick their fights and really control how they wanted that game to go. Now we will take a quick break while the next lobby gets set up, and then we will be right back. And we are back with Game 2 of Call Ambulance versus Pretty Good in the MD2L League Season 8.
10 seconds.
Another quick ban by Ambulance getting rid of that puck. They definitely don't want to see that puck.
It is Dire's ban.
They got rid of it first the previous game, and they're getting rid of it first in this game. Pretty Good getting rid of the Riki again. Another hero that they definitely don't want to see.
Radiant must choose.
Ambulance getting rid of the AA, which could mean Alchemist, first phase. I don't know if that's good, but I mean, you can flex him in the mid lane or the off lane. It's good in both. And Pretty Good getting rid of the Death Prophet, so understating that momentum, that timing based lineup that's able to take towers, that is what caused them problems in the previous game. Getting rid of that Death Prophet means that there's fewer heroes that are going to be able to do that. That was the double whammy combo of that Death Prophet, who was the offlaner, so he got quite a bit of farm, with the Shadow Shaman, who was also in the off lane, just running around taking towers anytime both their ultimates were up. Ambulance going for OD, first pick again, Pretty Good going for the Luna. That is the TShear Luna first pick support.
Beastmaster.
And like I said, OD was the first pick, but Alchemist coming back for the second pick. Beastmaster on the side of Pretty Good here. So they have quite the aura set up already, with percentage base damage increase on the Luna and attack speed increase on the Beastmaster.
5 seconds.
Now Beastmaster, very strong hero this patch, able to pick off pretty much anybody. If you're able to get a nice roar off on that OD, you will burn his mana and kill him in no time without him being able to astral and save himself. OD can still kill you with his combo, but OD has to be careful because you can get the return kill with all of your summons up. Just going ham on the OD, just taking down. The power of the Beastmaster is his beasts, not necessarily the hero. The hero himself is quite squishy. He's very much a go in and I might die, but I will kill people with all of my zoo on the way in. Looks like Ambulance worried about those mid laners again, so getting rid of that Ember Spirit. Pretty Good getting rid of the PL. Means they're not going to be looking to go for any natural PL countering heroes this time. Ambulance not having to ban that PL this time around. Not really too worried about it though with the OD and the Alchemist. If that is a safe lane Alchemist, typically they go Battle Fury nowadays. With the Battle Fury plus your natural cleave on talent, if you get enough items, that Alchemist is going to eat through illusions with the ability to clear. So having the PL available for Ambulance means that you could have flexed that Alchemist into the offlane and just given Ag Scepters to everybody.
10 seconds.
Ambulance getting rid of the Drow, so they don't want this Luna Drow combo. They don't want to have to deal with the auras plus the attack speed. Drow really benefiting from that bonus damage and the attack speed of the Beastmaster combined with her marksmanship aura. It does a lot for a ranged lineup to take towers, take fights, and just do a lot of damage overall. Since Luna is percentage based damage increase, the percentage is based off of their natural agility or primary stat. In the case of the Drow, it's the agility, and that's why getting rid of that Drow is pretty important, because her marksmanship will give her bonus agility and do quite a bit more with the Luna aura. Pretty Good getting rid of the Venomancer now, so they don't want to have to deal with the zoo of that ward spam on their side. Ambulance getting rid of another spirit again, still worried about that Storm Spirit. Now we saw Zom on the Invoker in the last game. He played Quaswex Invoker, which means he likes to rotate. And we saw some very good early rotations by that Invoker to get multiple kills. So putting him on a hero that rotates better and does more off those rotations would be quite scary. So Wambulance just making sure that they don't want to deal with it. This is probably Epi's hero on the Witch Doctor. Quite a lot of good plays from this Witch Doctor. I've seen it do quite a bit for pretty good in a previous series. It is very strong. They had issues holding people down to get some good Witch Doctor ultimates off in the last game, but that was just the amount of gold that the Dire was able to pick up on the side of Ambulance with having that combo, that tower wombo combo of taking down towers with the Meteor Hammer and the wards and the exorcism. They're able to get their BKBs up on everybody with the entire team gaining gold off that map clearance of those towers. We can see that last ban by Pretty Good was the Axe, so they're worried about the offlaner. They think that Alchemist might still be safe lane. Or it could be mid Alchemist with an offlane OD. Disruptor picked up by Wambulance. That was a very good hero in the last game, picking up both of the first 2 kills, and just overall being a nuisance to the side of Pretty Good. Pretty Good picking up Monkey King, very strong carry. Does do well against heroes that want to brawl, which is the Alchemist. Alchemist wants to go in, and you just need to ult and control him, and you will beat him down with the Monkey King with the bonus damage off the Jingo stacks. Also does pretty well against him in lane, so if the Alchemist decides to go mid, Monkey King could also go mid and harass him down with that extra range that Monkey King has on his right clicks. Monkey King having almost as much, or if not the same amount of range as Luna, who is a ranged hero, whereas Monkey King is a melee hero. Ambulance going for the Bristleback, that is... I mean, that still could be a carry Bristleback and an offlane Alchemist, or that could be an offlane Bristleback with a carry Alchemist. We could see it go either way still.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds.
It will be entirely based off of how flexible Ambulance's players are with their hero pool, but based off their current draft, you could pretty much flex anybody around except for the Disruptor, who is pretty much always going to be a support. But those other heroes can all be played 3. They could all be played in the safe lane, and 2 of them could be played in the mid lane. Ambulance getting rid of the Tinker, so they're worried about a Tinker spammer coming out and just harassing them down with all those lasers and missiles. They don't want to have to deal with it.
10 seconds.
Could mean that their next hero is not going to have a good way to get rid of a blind.
5 seconds remain.
Or it could be a target pick against Zom if he's a very good Tinker player, I don't know. Pretty Good getting rid of that Shadow Shaman. They don't want to see the word spam, so they believe that the 3 cores are already shown by Ambulance, and I believe that is also true, which means their last hero here, which is not going to be overall last pick, so they're not too worried about it, is going to be a support.
5 seconds remain.
Most likely their rotator. Only 30 seconds of reserve time left for Ambulance.
Dire's turn to ban. Radiant's turn to pick.
Getting rid of the Invoker, so Ambulance doesn't want to see that Quaswex Invoker again.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds.
And Pretty Good getting rid of the Lions. They're worried about that extra control that is provided by the Lion when the instant disable. They got rid of the Shadow Shaman's instant disable, and they're worried about the Lion's instant disable as well. Treant Protector. He's going to be quite a nuisance with this Bristleback and this Alchemist, just causing even more regen on the side of the Dire, or Radiant, sorry.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
So we'll see who Pretty Good picks up as their last pick. This is most likely their mid laner. Void Spirit was banned in the last game, but he is available in this game. I don't know if it's necessarily a good Void Spirit game though. Probably want something ranged, especially if that OD is going to be mid. So we'll see who they decide to pick up. They have quite a bit of reserve time, so they have plenty of time to talk this out and see exactly how they want to play this draft. If this is somebody that provides a lot of right click, it could go very well with this Luna and this Beastmaster, able to help take over this game while Monkey King farms. Something with a natural break would be nice against the Bristleback, though I think their only option would be Viper if they picked it. And they go for the Void Spirit. Banned in the previous game and now picked up in this game. It's the only spirit that did get banned in this game. So we'll see what the lanes are for the side of Ambulance. They're pretty set in stone for Pretty Good. Not too much flexibility in their draft. Looks like it is a safe lane Alchemist with a mid OD again, off lane Bristleback. I believe that's going to be a safe lane Treant with an off lane Disruptor. Disruptor playing 4, Treant playing 5. Very fancy set on that Disruptor. Apache having that golden Monkey King set on the side of Pretty Good. Well, going into this game, looks like both teams have the cosmetic game on lockdown, but Void Spirit no cosmetics yet outside of his taunt. Unfortunately, hope to see some cosmetics for him in the near future. Looks like we're just finishing up strategy time here. Well, everybody picks up their items, and we will jump right into game 2. Now we will start with the Radiant again here and call out their heroes. So we have Plupo on this OD again. We have Plastered Elite on the Disruptor. We have BS Chili 2 on the Bristleback. We've got Aragorn on the Alchemist. We've got PP Poopoo on this Treant Protector. Now we've got on the side of the Dire, we have Zom on this Void Spirit, Apache on the Monkey King, Epi again on this Witch Doctor, TShear, like I said, is going to be playing this support Luna in the 4 position, and we've got Minoy here on the Beastmaster being their offlane expert.
30 seconds and counting.
He did quite a lot with that Sand King, so hope to see him do even more with a stronger hero in that Beastmaster. Treant already walking through those trees. Monkey King here, just sitting as a tree, staying safe near his tower. like it's a even split of the runes. And we can't forget, Beastmaster has a zoo. This hawk. Vision is key. The more vision you have, the better you are able to take fights. They don't have to drop wards in fights to try and get high ground vision. They can just toss a hawk on the high ground, give them all the vision they want. Now Alchemist does have to be careful. He does have 6 armor near this tower, but only 3 base armor away from it. Beastmaster only 2 base armor, but he's not going to have to worry too much because his issue is not with the summons. His issue is going to be this Treant Protector coming by and punching him with a 91 base damage. Luna here not going to be able to do the same amount with almost half the Treant's right click damage, but does have the nuke, but only 75 damage level 1. Beastmaster just looking to pick up level 3 so that he can really start to get this harass onto the side of the Alchemist. You can see the top lane here. They just got to be careful of this Bristleback getting too many stacks, but we can see early magic sticks on both of the Dire heroes, knowing that this lane is going to be spam heavy. They have a disruptor in the Bristleback. They're going to be spamming quite often. Bristleback going for vicious nasal goop first. So dropping the armor with the nasal goo instead of going for the quill spray. Also able to secure last hits. The minus armor on the creeps. Mid lane looks like it's pretty much even. Odie winning the regen war, but you kind of expect that with the ability of Odie to just do tons of damage through the Void Spirit's shield. Doesn't even have his Astral Imprisonment yet. Oh, looks like he's going treads first, so he's not even going to go with that rush for... Yeah, he's got bottles, treads queued up, so no rush towards that Meteor Hammer. And Void Spirit just getting Null Talisman for some casual regen and bonus spell amplification. 0.6 is not a lot, but if you get a couple talismans, 1.2 does help quite a bit, especially early on. Radiant getting a stack here. Damage coming out onto TShear, but he shouldn't have to worry about too much. It is an Alchemist and a Treant Protector. Not a lot of burst. Beastmaster doing pretty well, but Alchemist winning overall with 21-3. And if we look at the net worth, Alchemist way out in front because of that Grievel's Greed. TShear having to be careful of the Nature's Grasp. Able to hit on that tree, it does do quite a bit of damage, but more importantly it's the slow. Alchemist doesn't get his stun early on, so the slow and the acid spray is what they'd be looking at to do some bonus damage. Ooh, Creep's almost getting that last hit. Alchemist just able to get unstunned in time to secure it. Beastmaster coming in to secure some last hits. Oh, and we can see, yep, it's the slow and that acid spray. Slow and the acid spray with the Nature's Grasp is what they need to get the kill, and that's what gets them first blood bottom. We can see top lane getting aggressive on the Monkey King. Has the Jingo Mastery. Epi here walking forward. Has the Maledict now, but I believe it was after. But it doesn't matter. One more pop and down goes the Monkey King, so they trade cores. Disruptor, lots of damage, 70 per strike. Thunderstrike being the highest damage nuke early game because of the amount of times that it hits and the amount of damage that it does. It is over time, but it does do more than any other nuke in the game. We can see Zom sitting back now.
What sort of prize is this?
He's worried about this OD doing too much damage to him. securing last hits with that resonant pulse. OD is still going for the tread combo. Ooh. I missed that epi going down to the bristleback with the pullback by the disruptor, but Monkey King with his extra mobility is going to take down both the bristleback and the disruptor on the top lane. So double kill for Apache. It's sad that Epi had to die, but Apache is more than happy with that trade, and I believe Epi is happy as well. We can see that Nature's Grasp just being quite annoying for this Luna and this Beastmaster. That is the perfect save that they need for this Alchemist to make sure that he can just keep getting all the last hits that he wants. Doesn't even have to rush the Battle Fury, is picking up the treads and the Soul Ring first. So it feels quite comfortable with his farm at this point in the game. Beastmaster having to get quite a few levels in order to take him down, especially with this early level 6 on the Alchemist, since the Treant has been mostly playing in the jungle. They have quite a bit of a level advantage over this Beastmaster, and this Luna just walks forward knowing that he can pop his ultimate at any time, and they're not going to be able to take him down until they have level 3 boar and more points in the queue from the Luna. Yeah, Aragorn getting everything he wants out of this lane. Gonna try and take this courier down. Ooh, goes deep for it. Is not able to get it, unfortunately. Level 4 coming out in the Luna just in time to make sure that it switches to a flying courier. And the Chemical Rage now down, but they still have to worry about that acid combo with the Nature's Grasp. It is a lot of damage over time. 30 damage per second on the acid spray. 30 damage per second on... Oh, sorry. 50 damage per second, but we see the rotation by the Void Spirit kills the Alchemist. He got too cocky, sticking underneath the tower, taking too many hits. Quick TP by the Void Spirit just nets him a quick kill on this Alchemist. Alchemist was the highest net worth hero in the game by quite a bit. This Monkey King brawling again, but a haste rune by the OD is going to most likely take down this Witch Doctor. Does get the Maledict out, but the Monkey King is not going to try and fight into this, does not have his Jingo up. If he had his Jingo up, it would have been a quick kill onto the OD. They do not know that he only has 1 point natural imprisonment and has no way to keep this Monkey King from hitting him. Level 5 now out on the Beastmaster, has Call of the Wild Boar. So he is ready to go if he's able to get onto one of these heroes. Also has the Necronomicon. Now this Treant has to be careful. You can see he's got the power curve. He knows that the Treant has to leave. Getting aggressive onto this Bristleback with the Maledict on him. Not quite enough damage yet. With the Q from the Monkey King, that should be more than enough damage to kill the Bristleback.
What's the opposite of regicide?
Bristleback blocking quite a bit of damage from the Monkey King's right clicks, but not enough when he's able to get that critical strike on the Boundless Strike. Alchemist just goes right back to farming, has his Claymore. I believe this is the broadsword, yep, coming out on the courier. Beastmaster farming away, does have his level 1 Necronomicon, but again, no armor on this hero, very squishy, especially in the acid spray. Ooh, and I miss a kill top and mid. Bristleback getting gone on with the Maledict. Maledict, the perfect spell to take down a Bristleback. Especially with Monkey King getting Jingu Mastery stacks off of his repeated hits with 4 points in Treant Dance that has a lot of burst potential.
Mega kill! Double kill!
Ooh, the TP from the Monkey King kills off the Treant Protector. Let's see what he's able to do to this. Ooh. Unfortunately, 3 heroes now here on the side of the Radiant are going to take down this Monkey King. He did not have any backup. Quick TPs by the Radiant, able to make sure that they save that Alchemist. Alchemist just running up the stairs, hiding through the trees, buying time. Does not get that Remnant Latch by the Void Spirit, but they do have vision because of this Hawk. Alchemist TP's out. Alchemist knows he doesn't have Battle Fury. His only job in this game is to farm early, so he is going to leave this lane and make sure that he continues his farm. OD staying bottom has the Kaya, has the Ring of Regen. Very different build from what he did last game. Guess he doesn't believe he's going to be able to get the combo off enough, or that is not going to do enough for his team. Necro units out from the Beastmaster, going to start pressuring this tier 1 now that he's got 4 heroes here. We can see the Treant Protector able to just walk through these trees, more than safe, able to harass the creeps, pull them off the tower, but he's still got to be careful because of the mobility on the side of the Dire. They still have a catapult here. Void Spirit TPing out, going top, knows that there's free farm here. Alchemist just coming into lane, gonna hit this tower. Knows that the Void Spirit has to be careful. And Beastmaster going down bottom. That is an overgrowth combo with that'll be the Disruptor rotation. Tower almost dead, 42 HP. Ooh, good deny by the Void Spirit on the top tower. Bottom tower should be getting denied. Luna just getting some harass out on this Alchemist while the ultimate is down. Does not have level 6. Just harassing with the Q. Is out of mana but has the Enchanted Mangoes. Picks up his Buckler now. Monkey King hopping around. Probably looking for potential kills as well as farm. Is going for the Maelstrom. Radiant now posturing on their safe lane with their offlaner, so it's offlaner versus offlaner here down in the bot lane. Level 2 book now on the Beastmaster. He is rushing straight to book 3, no boots, no nothing. He knows his big kill potential is the Zoo. Monkey King here going to take down this Disruptor with more than enough right clicks. Disruptor just drops his combo, knowing he's probably not going to use it in the next 80 seconds anyway. Bristleback here just kind of spamming his quills, trying to slow down this push. Not wanting to let this tower drop since they have the Treant Protector, able to heal it up from 40 HP to 220. Radiant or Dire having to really commit to these towers to take them down because casual chip damage is going to be negated by this Treant Protector. Monkey King still in the area. Ult by the Witch Doctor does get quite a bit of damage off. Monkey King take a lot of damage from that ultimate, does get a quick mischief to dodge that right click attack. It's very good. Fast fingers by Apache. Witch Doctor just making sure that Bristleback died, didn't want to have to deal with him. Does get astral partway through that ultimate by the OD. OD having to use it to protect his friend, but Monkey King is able to eat apart that Bristleback pretty much this entire game. But the thing they have to be careful of, Alchemist has been farming in the top lane all by himself. Now OD goes down in the bot lane to the Void Spirit, who is rotating with a Haste Rune. This Disruptor should also go down. Yep, more than enough damage, and now they're going to pump some damage into this tier 1, make sure it goes down for good this time. Void Spirit tanking the tower just to make sure that it goes down, but like I was saying, this Alchemist farming away, has the Battle Fury, has a Yasha. Yasha is the farming part of the S and Y. The move speed plus the attack speed is what you want to see when you're trying to farm. You can see his right clicks quite fast now with the power treads and the Yasha. Battle Fury with the splash attack gonna help him mow through these jungle camps. Even these skeletons are value, each one worth bonus 27 gold with the 4 points in Gravel's Greed. Alchemist getting quite far, and we can see he's now at 10k net worth. Just about 7k on this Void Spirit, 3k behind the Alchemist, 3k behind on the Monkey King as well. Ooh, I missed the kill mid. Bristleback going down to the Witch Doctor, and TShear getting the ultimate off and killing the OD. We heard the Death Ward go off. Alchemist using his ultimate, but only has this Battle Fury as far as damage goes. That's not what you want to see here, and you can see the roars down on the Beastmasters. That must have been a roar kill in the mid lane as well. Monkey King needs to be careful, is stunned out of his ultimate, does not have it. He's going to get pulled back. He's got to be careful. He does die because of the acid spray, being put in a excellent position for the Radiant side to chase the Dire onto their high ground. Bristleback had that Maledict down, was able to still survive. Quick jumps by the Void Spirit, is able to get out quickly. Alchemist following through on this Beastmaster. Beastmaster going for Book 3, no boots. He's not going to be able to run away. He's so close to that Necro 3, but he's going to be slowed down a little by getting killed, so I'm going to have to be careful on that Void Spirit in the mid lane. Alchemist going to heal back up all the way and take this mid tower. But Dire looking to fight back. Unfortunately, misses that Aether Remnant Epi, going for the extra combo. Monkey King getting pulled back. Beastmaster coming right back in. Does have his ult off cooldown, has Book 2 now. Is going to go right back to pressuring this mid tower. They still have the Monkey King ultimate. He was not able to finish his channel in the previous fight. Aether Remnant unfortunately off cooldown, so not able to get the quick combo off. Void Spirit caught under the Storm Cloud, but for Static Storm, not enough to do it. Void Spirit hopping in and out because he did not get controlled enough before. Needs to be careful, he could go down to the Acid Spray and this Thunder Shock. Does go down to the Thunder Shock. Beastmaster turning on the Alchemist, but has to then run away. Bristleback coming in with the Quill Spray. It should be able to take down Minoy, should be able to take down Epi. Alchemist doing enough damage now, has the SNY, is able to fight. Maledict not going to be enough to take down this Bristleback. He was able to fight through it. 3 down on the side of the Dire. They do take the Radiant Tier 1, but that isn't exactly how they want to take that fight. Monkey King was top lane, looking for his BKB. And we can now see this Luna going for the Vlads. Very good item on Luna. Can be a good aura carrier with this percentage-based damage bonus in an aura. It's already an aura-based team with Luna and the Beastmaster. Vlad's just giving bonus damage on top of the bonus damage from her aura as well. Monkey King 1.5 pieces into that BKB. But he's got to be careful. He is getting cut off by the Radiant, who are now in his jungle, scattered out by the Beastmaster and the Witch Doctor. But Monkey King just sitting in the trees trying to stay safe. BKB coming up next for the Alchemist. Knows that the magic damage plus the control is what is killing him in fights. He's only died once, I believe. Yes, he's only died once. Doesn't want to die again. Wants to make sure that he's got the BKB up to secure his own life. He definitely doesn't want to get forward with the Necro books. Excuse me. With the Eclipse, that's a lot of magic damage plus the mana burn. It's more than enough to take him down, but it looks like they are getting aggressive on the side of the Dire. They find the Bristleback. It is unfortunate, they want to get more. Bristleback is a tough kill now that he has a couple items. especially since he has the warpath, so he's able to pretty much negate. But we see this Treant Protector with a big ultimate. But TShear on the Luna able to counter that big ultimate as well. We see the roar out from the Beastmaster, able to take out a hero with his illusions. The OD with double damage is not going to be enough. And Alchemist just backs out, says, I don't have my BKB yet, I don't want to finish this fight. Big ultimate by the Treant Protector, but immediately countered by the Eclipse from the Luna. Is level 2 now, so with those 9 beams, 3 more than the previous ultimate, it's more than enough to counter the initiation from the side of the Radiant. That overgrowth, unfortunately, with him being out kind of by himself, he takes a lot of damage. Bristleback taking a lot of damage. And the Disruptor also taking a lot of damage. Odie having to try to back out. He had the DD, has this Yashikaya. He's able to pump out quite a bit of damage. But unfortunately, it's not going to do enough for him. That bonus move speed was not enough for him to escape the side of the Dire. Now, we see the boots finally picked up on the Beastmaster now that he has his book 3. Looks like he's getting bots. He wants to be as mobile as he possibly can. TP Scroll coming in. Essence Ring for the Void Spirit. Epi has the double fluffy hats. 2 hats, only 1 head, probably sticking the 1 on each horn. Has Tranquil Boots, my favorite support boot. The move speed is quite helpful. BKB now finished on the Alchemist is going right into the AC, making sure that he only has 12 armor right now. Wants to have more armor with the AC. Make sure that he's able to brawl with that Monkey King. Meteor Hammer, 5 PP Plupo, gonna try and take out this tier 2. Get some harass damage, but we can see the OD is now in the area, causing problems for this Storm Spirit. And Alchemist with the BKB on the backlines, they do have to back out of Monkey King ultimate. It doesn't matter that they have BKB going, they don't want to fight into this circle of death that the Monkey King creates. Now they're going to have to back up because Alchemist BKB is down and his ultimate is now down as well. Disruptor going down very quickly, and we can see the ultimate from the Treant Protector here is more of a zoning ultimate, just make sure that his team can escape. Because their power curve is down now. They do have to be careful of this Radiant side. They don't care if they have the Monkey King ultimate, they are going to take a fight regardless. Treant Protector going down, he is going to be their consolation prize. He's going to make sure that the rest of his team gets out and use his life to do so. As a Treant Protector, you're not too worried about that. Like, he saved his team. Wasted some time. Now we can see this top tier 1 going down quite quickly with the Desolator picked up by the Void Spirit. Doing quite a lot of damage. Looks like he's going straight into the BKB next. Skipping that more aggressive Aghanim Scepter build, knowing that he needs to be able to fight through all of the control on the side of the Radiant. Casual Remnant on the Bristleback while they all escape. Spirit Vessel coming out on the Witch Doctor, that's going to be the Alchemist counter. Monkey King does not have the Ag Shard yet, so he just does the quick Tree Dance Primal Spring combo to get some distance. Vlad's finished off on Luna, going straight into the Aghanim Scepter next. Luna support is mostly magic damage with some aura, so you can see he's got his aura now. He's looking to amp up his magic damage as much as possible for his team. He's already got the cast range, probably going to go for the Lucent Beam cooldown, though the movement speed is also very good. Probably going to take that Lucent Beam damage and the Lucent Beam mini stun. Witch Doctor going for the bonus damage. 5 armor. Doesn't think that's going to do a lot for his chances in this game. The bonus damage is going to help him get some farm, make sure he can get to that Spirit Vessel, make sure he can get to his Ag Shard and any other items that he needs. We are going to see 2 for 2 on the runes here. Trying to make sure this alchemist does not get more runes than he needs. But with the acid spray and the nasal goo, they are going to take Roche down quite quickly. Minus armor at -11 right now. And that is Aegis on the bristleback, so that they're saying, you know, Alchemist is not too worried. Ooh. Witch Doctor goes down, was on a warding mission. Gets taken down quickly. Alchemist with this AC, with this BKB, not worried about going down as quickly as his bristleback. Bristleback going to be able to get far more aggressive now that he has this Aegis. And that Warpath does do quite a bit of damage. BKB used on Alchemist 3 seconds before he has his ultimate back up. Is going to pop it now. Monkey King uses his ultimate to force them back, make sure that they can't come back in. Quick smoke from the Radiant is going to get them all out with the bonus move speed, and we see them all TPing away. Luna did not use her ultimate. They clear the trees to try and make sure nobody's sticking around trying to be cute. A person that's going to be sticking around is going to be that Trinket Protector, and he went down inside of that Monkey King ultimate. He was not going to escape. BKB used by the Void Spirit Alchemist's BKB is now on 8 seconds. I don't think anyone else has BKB. Nope. Just the Monkey King. Monkey King now at a 9-second BKB as well. Going for that Ag Scepter next. Ag Scepter on Monkey King, one of the most broken as far as like interactions go on any hero. Those monkeys ignore, his soldiers will ignore pretty much anything. They will hit Roche if you were just standing close to him and not aggro Roche. They will hit people through the Void, Faceless Void ultimate. They will just constantly hit people. He's one of the best Aegis carriers in the game because of that. Because he can, during his death, he will keep spawning those monkeys on his body. And while they keep spawning, nobody wants to group up to try and get quick CC on him when he comes back out of it, or you can die just while he's waiting to respawn with his Aegis. Elven Tunic coming out for both the Dire and the Radiant. Very good item. Move speed, attack speed, and mischance. 26 attack speed, 16% evasion, 8% move speed.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Monkey King picks it up for the side of the Dire. Radiant goes on the Alchemist, but they also have Paladin Sword, which is also a very good item. No combo from the OD. He went for a less aggressive build, I would say, with the Kayayasha. Ooh, Monkey King getting a kill here on the Trinket Protector, who is going for more tower damage with Monkey King with the Beastmaster here, getting that pickup. Monkey King now dominating. Ooh, Enchanted Quiver, also good item. Undervalued on melee heroes. Melee heroes getting quite a bit of bonus damage with that 300 magic damage. They don't get the extra range, but it doesn't matter. The Disruptor here might go down, but we can see Alchemist just waiting in the wings with that BKB ultimate. Takes down the Witch Doctor very quickly. Luna having to back up. Monkey King going down. Now the side of the Dire has to back up. They still have the Luna ultimate, but they had to kind of use it to be careful. Luna probably going to go down to this Basher. Void Spirit using his mobility to pick up a kill on the back line. Stunning himself on the Alchemist. They were looking for this Void Spirit getting a quick kill off on the OD. His defensive build not quite enough to save him. But unfortunately they lost that Monkey King. That means this mid tower is going to go down to this very farmed Alchemist.
Dire's middle tower is no more.
13k net worth lead, almost all of that lead being the Alchemist here.
Bottom tower is under
14k on the Monkey King, which is very good. 13k on the Void Spirit, almost 14k. Both of those are very respectable farm amounts, but you do have an Alchemist in this game, so Alchemist sitting at 28k. That is more or less what you expect from a decent Alchemist player. He wants to be
bottom tower has
pretty much double everybody's net worth at 30 minutes into the game where he's not doing his job correctly. And you can see now that he is fully 6-slotted with the SNY, Abyssal Blade, BKB, AC, Battle Fury, and Power Treads. He now becomes the Ag Scepter farmer for his entire team. And like I said, Disruptor, best Ag Scepter in the game. Treant Protector, also very good, gives vision. Vision wins games. Odie, very strong with the multiple charges. Bristlebacks, not as strong as everybody else, but the AoE minus armor plus the AoE minus armor from the acid spray could be very good this game, plus the fact that Nasal Goo does slow base movement speed slow of 20%, and AoE movement slow is also very strong. They do have quite a bit of slow between the Nature's Grasp and that Nasal Goo, so while he doesn't have the strongest Ag Scepter in the game, it is still very strong this game with the combo that they have on the side of the Radiant. Radiant feeling like they are in the driver's seat even though it is 21-6. They are 16k net worth
is under attack.
in the lead, with Alchemist doubling the next highest net worth on the side of the Radiant. Ag Scepter now picked up by the Monkey King. He's going to be feeling quite a bit stronger. Especially now that they know that Alchemist is not going to scale past this point. He is the strongest that he is going to be. He can obviously trade out some items, swap in some things, but his next few upgrades are not going to be nearly as strong as the ones that he had up to this point. Just some little bit of harass quickly onto this mid tier 2. Or tier 3, sorry. Roar out on the Alchemist. He has no BKB. He does pop it afterwards and does back up. Treant Protector does die to Zom, with the backlines getting jumped by the mid laner and the safe laner. But there's the Abyssal Blade, but there's the Q, knowing that BKBs are down. Alchemist goes down. Zom looking to finish off this Bristleback. Bristleback getting a cheeky TP here. Is able to escape. Zom with the Shiva's Guard, able to have enough of an aura with the not quite Ag Scepter yet ultimate from the Luna. They will take 2 fights there. Beastmaster getting this roar out onto the Alchemist here. Was able to hold him in place while the rest of his team was able to get into the back lines, take that fight, and because the Alchemist used his ultimate to hit the tower, he did not have it for the fight, and his BKB was then not as useful. Zom looking to pick up that Bristleback kill. Does overextend since the overgrowth is still available and he does not have a way to get out of it. Monkey King does go down. Bristleback with the Quill Charges was more than enough to take down that Monkey King as well. He took way too much damage before he popped his BKB. Alchemist BKB on 6 seconds, Monkey King on 6 seconds, Void Spirit still on 8. Beastmaster has a Blink Dagger now. Skipped the Boots of Travel for that Blink Dagger, probably a good idea this game. Ag Scepter now finished up on Luna. Luna is going to feel much stronger now that he has 12 instances. With the Ag Scepter, now those can hit everybody, as well as being able to cast onto an ally or cast onto a specific point. That ultimate becomes a lot stronger now that you don't have to put yourself in harm's way, and you can sit back and pretty much drop the hammer like an OD on somebody. Speaking of which, OD is working his way towards his BKB, is most of the way there. Disruptor has his Axe Shard. Alchemist, only 400 gold from his first Ag Scepter, and I would expect that this first Ag Scepter is going to be going onto that Disruptor. The ability to stop the Radiant or stop the Dire in their tracks, not being able to get those BKBs off. The Disruptor is hanging out near this Alchemist.
Thanks.
And there is that Ag Scepter on the Disruptor. Like I said, I expected the first one to go on him, and it does. He does have his shard. His shard is a nice buff now. Provides 50% movement speed and 75% attack speed in a radius when used on allies. Ooh, BKB instantly by the Monkey King, casts his ultimate, forces everyone outside of the pit. Decent ultimate from the Witch Doctor. We can see Void Spirit here getting in on the backlines, but Alchemist now with the bashes, able to get in on him. Static Storm not doing quite as much since they were able to get their BKBs off. First, Monkey King taking that Aegis during this whole fight. Void Spirit able to escape, so they do lose the Beastmaster, they do lose the Witch Doctor, but they do take that Aegis from the side of the Radiant, who desperately wanted to get that onto their Alchemist. Or onto the Bristleback. Bristleback is going to do quite a bit now. Has Pipe, has BKB now, down to 9 seconds from that previous fight. But he is going to be very difficult to kill with the Blade Mail. Luna's got to be careful where she puts that ultimate. But this Alchemist getting buffed by the Disruptor is now very strong. Look how fast these barracks go down. Void Spirit hopping in, getting in on the back lines, killing that Disruptor. Gets sent back. Monkey King going down to the hammer. Void Spirit trying to run away, does not want to get walked down by this. Bristleback did die to him last time. Monkey King gets out in front of this Bristleback. Wants to do the bonus damage without having to take reductions due to his natural ability to avoid it. And now they still have cheese on the Monkey King, so it looks like they're going to get aggressive on the side of pretty good here. Looking to take this tier 2 mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Monkey King is most of the way to that Scotty. Probably has enough for it, but is saving for buyback. Void Spirit, his next item is going to be Sheep Stick, so he's going to have plenty of mana regen. He's going to have even more control. Right now, his damage is doing quite a bit, able to get on those backlines. Using his BKB early to make sure that it doesn't get cancelled, and he's not getting controlled by the Radiant side with the amount of control that they have. He does have to be careful of that kinetic field with that static storm. It's going to catch him out, and he's not going to be able to do anything. No ability to BKB, no ability to walk out with that kinetic field. Yeah, kinetic field. So I had to check the item or the ability name. Taking the shrine, they are now doing what the Dire did in the previous game. They are taking over the jungle. They are taking over the map. Ooh. Unfortunately, has to leave that Minotaur horn on the ground. It popped up, but he saw the Dire coming for him, and he wisely chooses that not dying there is better than picking up the Minotaur horn. Minotaur horn now going on to the OD. OD gets the Minotaur horn again. Oh, leveler on the Alchemist. He's going to take down those racks very quickly. That's probably why he took down the building so quickly in the previous fight. I hear a smoke. Oh, the backline smoked on the Radiant side, and they are walking down towards this tier 3. Radiant playing in their, or Dire playing in their jungle. Has to TP back because look how fast these towers go down. BKB still available from Alchemist, now popped. Has to do it to avoid this damage from this Luna ultimate that does quite a bit. Ooh, now we can see BKB piercing stuns are coming into play. OD dropping the hammer. Cheese now used, catching 2 in his ultimate with the Monkey King. Oh, good Witch Doctor cask on the back line. Taking down the Bristleback. They really need to take down this Alchemist. They want to take down this OD. Nature's Grasp slowing him down. No BKB available, but there is the Void Spirit there to finish it off.
To have trouble grasping cause and effect.
Oh, they see the Alchemist, but not any way to cancel it with the Boundless Strike on cooldown. Luna not quite in range. Void Spirit had his cooldowns going as well. Unfortunately, they do not get this Alchemist. Shaved down that net worth lead to only 11k. Alchemist was double the next highest net worth lead, but as I said before, he's not making any net worth progress on his own self. He is adding net worth to the rest of his team now in buying those Ag Scepters. But looks like the only person who has an X Scepter right now is this Disruptor. Monkey King now picks up his Scotty, so quite a bit more tankiness available for him, as well as the move slow, which is quite good for melee heroes who are having problems sticking on the enemy side. Taking the Shrine back. Void Spirit cleaning the lanes. Does have the Sheep Stick finish now that BKBs are getting low, except for this 9-second BKB on the OD. Alchemist is down to 5 seconds. Bristlebacks is down to 7 seconds. Monkey Kings is at 5 seconds. Void Spirit is at 6 seconds as these BKBs are getting lower. The Minotaur Horn is going to be more value, as well as the ability to get control with things like the Sheep Stick are going to be even better. Void Spirit playing very aggressive. Sheep Stick going to help him continue to play aggressive, that way get on those back lines. Make sure the person going to control him is CC'd, and then finish off the other person, or just kill the person who he CC's. Ooh, catching the Alchemist in the Static Storm to make sure that he is safe, that they are not going to be able to jump on him. Caught the Beastmaster in there with him, but does get the roar. Double stun out on the Alchemist, but he is caught at the edge of the Monkey King's ultimate. Big ult from the Treant Protector, but is he going to be able to turn this fight for his team? Unfortunately, with that Alchemist dead, I do not think so. Alchemist buys back, knowing that cooldowns are now going. Wants to make sure that he can secure that tower. The early buyback, if he feels like he has to buy back, puts it off cooldown earlier, which means he's going to have it available much sooner. Bristleback knowing that if Alchemist is going to buy back, he needs to buy back. This does mean that with that buyback on cooldown, Alchemist just got to go ahead and buy that next Ag Scepter. Fresh BKB out on the Beastmaster. Wouldn't have helped him in that last fight. He was in the Static Storm with the Alchemist. That Static Storm there mostly to protect the Alchemist and stop the Beastmaster from getting the stun out early. Alchemist still going down, but good defensive storm from the Disruptor to prolong his life. Basher now coming for Monkey King. Has 5,700 now net worth available. Should almost be able to buy out the Basher and still have buyback. Void Spirit, 4k net worth. Not sure what his next item will be. I apologize while I blow my nose here. Had to mute. Monkey King is replacing that Orb of Corrosion now for that Basher. Has quite a bit of attack speed now. Level 26, the additional Wukong's Command Ring is coming in very handy. Had issues with keeping people in his ultimate before. Now that he's got the extra range, it's more than enough to make sure that those extra soldiers are going to get some damage off. Extra range on the Luna with the Aether Lens. Based on his item picked up, that's going to be an Octarine for reduced cooldown time on that ultimate. Make sure he can fight more often. I'm still not sure what this Void Spirit is going to pick up. It has not queued up anything yet. Alchemist just finishing Ag Scepters. Who did he put it on? Treant Protector, yep. Valuing that vision game with the Treant Protector's Ag Scepter on the side of the Radiant here. They want to make sure that they always have vision. Ooh. BKB early from the B Smash, a good choice. Make sure that Static Storm does not stop him from doing what he needs to do. But unfortunately, Void Spirit goes down to this Alchemist that is very strong. Now Monkey King with the double Wukong's rings is fighting into this Alchemist. Alchemist does not want to stick around. Buyback from the OD, buyback from the Void Spirit. Both teams are looking to make sure that they can try and take this Roche for their team. Unfortunately for both sides, BKBs are now down, except for the Void Spirit, who was not able to get his off before the Alchemist beat him to death with his 2 swords on his back. But Roar is down for another 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Luna's ultimate is down, does not have the cooldown yet. Monkey King getting popped back and forth. Luna having to go back, does not have their ultimate, so they're not quite worried about Luna going back to get some farm and make sure that their tier 4s stay alive. But unfortunately with the cooldown situation, Radiant should be able to take this Roshan. And we see BKBs that are off cooldown are now popped all over the place. Ooh, nice dodge of the stun by the Witch Doctor there. Monkey King coming into the back line, trying to kill off that Treant Protector, but not able to get it off. Able to heal up with the Jingo Mastery, doing a lot of damage to this Alchemist, but not quite able to finish him off. But unfortunately, this Void Spirit didn't use his BKB earlier, so now he has more than enough to make sure that they finish off and get a team wipe onto the Radiant, with Monkey King buying back, knowing this Roshan is the most important objective right now, and changing his mind, deciding tier 3s are now the most important objective. But they do have a fortify on the Radiant, so they will most likely just fortify here. Oh no, they just GG out. It looks like the Radiant believe that they're going to be able to push high ground, so they GG out knowing that they don't have buybacks. They just let them have the game. That is a pretty good victory. And it looks like we go 1 for 1 here in one of the final games of the group stage, if not the final game of the group stage for these teams. Each game going both ways, so I believe that means Pretty Good is going to be staying upper bracket, with Call Ambulance going to be going down into the lower bracket based off of the previous standings. I'm not sure if either team has a game left. Let me look up the bracket quickly here, make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. This is Arcane Division. See, TShear has only not played Plupo yet, so it looks like this is... They only play each team once. This was the last game for each team, so that would mean TShear is now 9-5, with Plupo being 7-7. Excellent game by both teams, and that is going to be it for this cast. Thank you, everyone.